Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another transfer update for what's been happening over the last day or so in the Villa world. Um, Before we get going, just a quick one to say thank you for everyone who's subscribed. We are well on the road to 3K. Up above 2,100 subscribers now. You can help us though by to get to that 3K by liking this video. We're getting well over 100 likes on every video. It'd be amazing to hit 200 likes. And if you can subscribe, if you haven't done already, then please hit that subscribe button. Because we've hit 2,000, we still have our competition underway. That is going to be announced. The winner is going to be announced on the live show on Sunday. So you have the opportunity to be in with a chance of winning a home or away shirt of your choice with a player name and number on the back of your choice as well. All you need to do is watch my 2,000 subscriber giveaway video, and you need to like it. You need to make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you need to comment on the video. That's the most important thing. So make sure you comment on the video as well. Well, over 100 applicants entrants so far, so you've still got a chance to do that. If you get your comments and likes and subscribe by Sunday, that would be great. So a couple of players who are back on the radar to be linked to Aston Villa, and one that's certainly not going away is Tyler Adams. Um, Word has it that we are willing and we are ready to meet the £25 million release clause for Tyler Adams from Leeds. And yeah, that's not going away. I think it was 20. I think initial talks were around 20 million. Leeds are holding out for the 25, and Villa look like they are willing to meet that. Now, we've talked numerous times on the podcast over the last few days about how our midfield looks absolutely stacked, and it doesn't seem like it's the position that we really need to strengthen it, in my opinion. I do think he's a very good player, and by all accounts, a lot of Leeds fans are saying he is easily their best player. And we want to continue to strengthen the squad. My only thoughts are obviously Sanson has gone. Dendonka we're ready to listen to offers for. Does that mean that does that mean that we could maybe see the end of Dendonka and maybe Tyler Adams coming in? Now, people have also said that he can play at right back. Does that mean he would provide the cover for, say, a Matty Cash? Um, Quite possibly. I will get his stats up again because I'm struggling to see where and how he could be moved to a right back, because he's predominantly a central midfielder, and to play in the Premier League at that position, even though it's not your favoured position, is quite a difficult one. But you guys let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. Obviously, comparing to Boubacar Kamara, fairly similar in terms of stats. That would err to the side of a Tyler Adams coming into the side for a Boubacar Kamara, whether it be injury or form, wouldn't really hurt us. And if you look at the kind of heat map, he is all action. He's all over the pitch. Probably a reason why he has been quite injury prone. And maybe someone like Unai Emery would calm his game down a little bit and help him to progress, which is probably something that he needs, because obviously the more energy you expand on the pitch, the more tackles you get in, the more risk to injury, and sometimes there can be unnecessary tackles or taking up other people's game. But 24 games, like I said, I've been through this before, and you know. I think the tackling and the passing accuracy is pretty good for what was a tough Leeds side last season, and winning nearly 4 tackles per game. Um, Interceptions is pretty good as well. Is an indication that he is a good player, and someone who at 24 is the right age to potentially go for. I'm just thinking, is that midfield spot a position that we really need to be spending 25 million on? But like I say, you guys let me know in the comments. Now, another player who's linked is Dani Ceballos again, and these are Spanish links as well, Spanish newspaper links, and I don't know how true they are, but it's great to be linked with these type of players. I think Monchi and obviously Emery have a lot to do with it, but he's obviously got a lot of quality. Um, He's very, very skillful, very technical in his ability. But is he going to give us that? I don't know. Is he going to be potentially another kind of Philippe Coutinho type sign who doesn't quite get used to the pace of the Premier League? And are we still hoping that Coutinho can do something for us this season, particularly in the Conference League, or would a Dani Ceballos give us that extra edge? Because it's it's one of those really. Obviously, he was at loan. He's been on loan at Arsenal in the past. A really good player for Real Madrid over the years, but has struggled with injury. But we'll wait and see on that one because, again, good to be linked with these players, these quality players, but are they coming to Villa and are they going to fit into the way that we want to play? Are we going to, lose one of a Coutinho, or is Emi Buendia, fully trusted by Unai Emery? Some games he plays like that Newcastle game where he's fantastic, and you think Emery's going to build his team around him, and then he kind of puts in a performance against Fulham where he's not quite as good, and then comes on against Brentford and can't get into the game, and it's a real difficult one. And maybe it's the rotation of having a Buendia, Ceballos, Coutinho type rotation where you can keep changing them up to keep that freshness in that kind of number 10 position. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments on a Dani Ceballos. And we'll go from there. Another link is a young Brazilian player called Marcos Leonardo. Now, on this one, I think a number of clubs are interested. I think Roma have put in a bid for him. I think Man United are linked. So it could be an agent talk, putting his name out there, linking different clubs with him to see, to kind of drive his price up. But doing a little bit of a check on him, he's a 20-year-old Brazilian striker who plays for Santos. He's only 5'9", so not the tallest, but obviously I'm sure has great skill and great pace. He's played 111 times for Santos and scored 36 goals. He's also had a fantastic goal scoring record for Brazil under 20s with 15 goals in 13 appearances. So obviously looks like another one of the Brazilian starlets off the conveyor belt, and he looks like he's going to be the next big thing. Having a little look at his stats on SofaScore, we have attacking at 69, creativity at 47, technique at 51, and tactical awareness at 55. And if you look, someone like an Ollie Watkins obviously beats him on quite a few areas, but at 20 years old, he's doing pretty well. We have to temper that with the fact that he's playing in the Brazilian league. I'm not sure if that circle around the centre circle means that he's kicking the ball off a lot, or whether he likes to drop deep and get involved in the play. But looking at that as well, likes to finish inside the box. So far in the Brazilian Serie A season, he started 12 games. He scored 6 goals, so averaging a goal every other game. And he's got 2 assists as well. So, likes to get involved in the play, can score goals. It's got one of his strengths as penalty taking, which might be good for us. But yeah, another player who obviously I'm sure is very, very technical, but is he a player who's going to come in and put the pressure on, or be the backup to an Ollie Watkins? I'm not so sure. We've got John Duran, Colombian international, 19, 20 years old. Do we need another kind of player of that age who, is going to be unproven and going to take time to settle into the English league? So you guys, again, let me know in the comments. I don't know how kind of strong the links are. It looks more like a kind of put Aston Villa in there, along with other clubs. But good to be in the frame with some of these players. One outgoing, a definite outgoing was Finn Azaz, who's signed a new long-term deal with Villa, or extended his contract, with Villa, and has gone straight out on another season-long loan to Plymouth, where he did very, very well last season, particularly at the first half of the season before he got an injury. And he's still kind of highly rated at Villa, 22 years old now, so a championship move. He's kind of gone through the leagues. He was League Two with Newport on loan from Villa, did very well, got League Two Player of the Year. Plymouth last season in League One probably would have got League One Player of the Year, especially if it had carried on the way he was going from the start of the season before his injury. And Plymouth got promoted. He's now gone in on a season-long loan in the Championship. So this is what we want with our players. Signing an extension to the contract protects us, because if he does well, we can either get transfer fee money for him, or he can push to go into the first team. And we've seen this season with Philogene Badais how he's grabbed his chance. Could that happen to Finn Azaz next year? So yeah, good move on all parts. And then interestingly, the younger Ramsey brother, Aaron, is potentially subject to a 10 million bid from Burnley. Now, this one is a little bit more of an interesting one, because this is almost the purpose of the academy, in my opinion. It's rare that players move from academy into the first team. Obviously, it's happened for his brother Jacob, but the purpose of the academy is to produce players for the first team, or to produce money for the club. And maybe 10 million is a little bit too low for the potential that he's got. But I think if Burnley were to offer 5 million more, maybe 15 million, I think probably Villa would take it very seriously. And if you could put a buyback option in there, then we could just seriously look at doing that deal, particularly with the FFP situation, and that would be pure profit. And I think sometimes we kind of, as football fans, we love the academy players coming through, but we have to look at what the academy is there to do, and it's to produce players, yes, potentially for the first team, to create careers for these footballers, and also to bring money into the club. So depending on the pathway for Aaron Ramsey, he did very well at Middlesbrough last season before he got injured. He is a very good player, I'm sure. But what is the pathway for him? Is it going to be more cost effective to sell him for good money, and work within FFP, and then potentially put a buyback clause or something like that in for him? But I know a lot of Villa fans are saying keep, but let's wait and see, because I think some more money on that, because what happens is, if he doesn't play, his value just drops and drops and drops. But it might be that we send him out on another season long loan, and then take it from there. But yeah, that's it. You guys let me know in the comments. Tyler Adams, what do you think on him? Dani Ceballos, Marcos Leonardo, do you think those are realistic signings? And Aaron Ramsey, would you take the fee, and and wish him all the best, and maybe look at a buyback? Or is it absolutely not, under no circumstance, let him go yet? Once again, thank you for your support. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 3K. So yeah, thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we all follow the Villa. Thanks, everyone.